Hello students, welcome to science class. This is your science teacher Neha Gandhi. Today we will continue with chapter 4 heat, and today's topic is laboratory thermometer. Yesterday students we have studied about clinical thermometer, that the clinical thermometer it is used to measure human body temperature, and we do not use clinical thermometer for measuring the temperature of object other than the human body. And why so? Because it may break, so avoid keeping the thermometer in the sun or near the flame, otherwise it may break. So to measure the temperature of objects, there is a special type of thermometer which is known as the laboratory thermometer. This thermometer is used in laboratories for performing experiments, and such thermometer can measure the temperature of hot objects such as boiling water or cold objects such as ice. Okay. Now this here in this diagram you can see laboratory thermometer. This is laboratory thermometer, this one, right? So what you have to do, you have to look at this thermometer carefully and note the highest and the lowest temperature it can measure. And the range of laboratory thermometer is minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. This is very important question, that the range of laboratory thermometer is from minus 10 degree to minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. This is the range of laboratory thermometer. Okay. Now also, as you did that in the case of clinical thermometer, what is the range of clinical thermometer? Yesterday we have studied that the range of clinical thermometer is from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay, and the range of laboratory thermometer is from minus 10 degrees Celsius to 110 degree Celsius. Okay, now see this activity 4.4. Take some tap water in a beaker or a mug and dip the thermometer in water so that the bulb is immersed in water but does not touch the bottom or the sides of container. So whenever you measure the temperature with the help of thermometer, you should be careful that this bulb of thermometer, it should not touch the container or the sides of container. It should be immersed above the container. Okay. Bulb should not touch the sides of container or the bottom sides of container. And hold the thermometer vertically and observe the movement of mercury in the thermometer. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady. When the mercury thread inside the thermometer, there is mercury. When the mercury thread becomes steady, there you will note the temperature. Okay. Now compare the temperature of water which is recorded by each student in the class. You will find that there are variations in the readings, because different students, they will take water from different places, so the temperature will also vary. Okay. Now beta, there are some precautions while using laboratory thermometer. Similarly, yesterday also we have studied there to use clinical thermometer we have to take some precautions. Similarly, for using this laboratory thermometer you have to take some precautions. And what are those? See here. Number 1, that it should be kept upright and not tilted. As in this activity we have seen that when you measure the temperature, this thermometer, it should be vertical. It should not be tilted like this, or it should not touch the container. Second is that bulb should be surrounded from all the sides by the substance of which the temperature is to be measured, and the bulb should not touch the surface of the container. And other precautions also you can write, like it should be washed before and after use. It should be held in vertical positions, and our eyes should be at the level of the mercury while reading the temperature. Okay. So these are some precautions when you use laboratory thermometer. Now beta see here, this paragraph is very important. What is this? That why does the mercury not fall or rise in clinical thermometer? This is very important question. This question also comes that the level of mercury, it does not fall or rise in clinical thermometer when taken out of the mouth, but in laboratory thermometer it happens. So why? Because beta in clinical thermometer there is a kink near the bulb and it has a special function. Yesterday also I explained you what is the function of the kink, that this kink, it prevents the mercury level from falling on its own. Okay, this mercury, it is used for the various reasons, like it expands equally for every degree of rise in temperature. It does not sticks to the walls of the glass, and mercury is shiny, which makes it easily visible through the glass. Now beta, we know that see here, this paragraph is very important, that there is a lot of concern over the use of mercury in thermometers. Mercury, we know that it is a very toxic substance and it is very difficult to dispose of if thermometer breaks. So nowadays the digital thermometers are used. Digital thermometers, they are used because in this we do not use mercury. The digital thermometers are widely used nowadays. It does not contain mercury and it has a plastic body. As you can see in this diagram, this is digital thermometer. It has plastic body and easy to use, and it provides accurate readings in the form of digital display. I hope you all have understood what is clinical thermometer, digital thermometer and laboratory thermometer. Thank you.